Tim is a musician, and recently, his parents passed away suddenly. This has left him emotionally distant. At a going-away party with his friends, his girlfriend, Millie, proposes to him.
Are you joking?
But Tim can't give her an immediate answer. What should have been a joyful moment for Millie becomes one of deep embarrassment. After saying goodbye to their friends that night, the couple moves to a rural area because Millie gets a job teaching English at an elementary school. They go on a hike near their new home, following a trail marked with little bells to avoid getting lost. Suddenly, a heavy rain starts to pour, and the surroundings become dark. They lose their way, and while trying to find their way home, Tim nearly falls into a cave. As Millie tries to pull him up, she loses her footing, and they both tumble into the underground cavern. With no phone service inside, they are stranded with no way to call for help. Since it's dark and still raining heavily outside, they decide to build a small bonfire and spend the night in the cave. During the night, they become incredibly thirsty and unable to bear it. They share water from a puddle they find nearby. The next morning, they're astonished to find their legs are stuck together. They manage to separate them with great difficulty and pain. With the surroundings now clearly visible, they are able to climb out of the cave and head back home. When they get back, they find they're out of food. Millie drives to town to go shopping while Tim, feeling unwell, stays behind to take a shower. As soon as Millie leaves, Tim starts to feel a strange, uncontrollable pull toward her. It's like his body is being magnetically dragged in her direction. He sees a doctor who diagnoses him with a panic attack and prescribes muscle relaxants. The doctor also warns him to be careful, as a couple has mysteriously disappeared in the area and hasn't been found. That evening, Millie's coworker and neighbor, Jamie, comes over. While drinking together, Tim lets slip that they got lost and ended up in an underground cave that resembled a church. Jamie, a local, confirms that there actually used to be a church in that exact location. After Jamie leaves, Tim and Millie kiss like they normally do. But when they try to pull apart, their lips are bizarrely stuck together. They have to use force to break away.
If you don't want to fuck me, Tim, just say it.
Later that night, as they sleep, Millie wakes up to a painful tightness in her hair. She discovers Tim, looking possessed, is trying to swallow her hair. It's as if he's being forced to do it. They struggle to stop it, and a few strands of Millie's hair break off. The next morning, Tim has to remove more of Millie's hair that's still stuck in his teeth. Millie, not understanding what's wrong with her partner, thinks he's just sick. She tells him to rest and tries to stop him from going to his gig. But he insists on going, so she drops him off at the train station before driving to work. As Tim waits for the train, he feels that same powerful, uncontrollable pull toward Millie as she gets farther away. Realizing he can't fight it, he cancels his gig and heads to Millie's school instead. When he gets there, Tim can't control his hunger. He explains the situation to Millie, and they go into a bathroom stall to get intimate. Afterward, their intimate areas are stuck together. They have to endure the pain and forcefully pull apart. A student discovers them and tells Jamie what happened. Millie, embarrassed, promises Jamie it won't happen again and apologizes. Millie gets angry at Tim about what happened at the school, thinking he's behaving like her mother, who went crazy after her husband died. They get into a huge fight.
Tim, if you think I've trapped you, why don't you fucking leave?
It's like my brain and my body aren't talking. You don't understand.
Millie goes to Jamie's house to apologize for the incident at the school. Jamie says it's no big deal, that these things happen with couples, and that Millie doesn't need to apologize. Millie then sees a photo of a male LGBTQ couple on Jamie's table. As they talk, Millie confides that even though she and her boyfriend love each other very much, they often feel distant and disconnected. She shares the relationship problems they're facing. Jamie tells her about an ancient Greek belief that humans originally had 4 arms, 4 legs, and a head with 2 faces. Zeus, fearing their power, split them in half, forcing them to spend the rest of their lives searching for their other half. Jamie urges her that if she happens to find her other half, she should accept him and never let him go. Jamie explains that he had a boyfriend and went through the same problems Millie is facing, but they were able to overcome them together. Just as Jamie finishes, Tim shows up. Millie, not wanting to continue the conversation, leaves with him and they head back home. When night falls, Tim looks at a social media photo posted by the missing couple. He discovers the location is close to their home, and when he zooms in, he sees a little bell, just like the ones on the trail they hiked. Tim realizes that he and Millie are starting to face the same problems as that missing couple. That night, Millie seems possessed. She can't control her body and tries to grab onto Tim. He has to hit her to snap her out of it and forcefully pull her off him.
What are you doing?
Tim explains to the now aware Millie that a local couple has gone missing nearby. He tells her that since they drank the strange water from the cave, they have started to experience the same problems.
After we had sex, we couldn't separate. Explain that.
This is ridiculous. I think you should sleep in the spare room tonight.
I agree. We need to keep our distance.
Millie doesn't immediately believe him. They decide to sleep in separate rooms.
Baby, you gotta fight!
But around midnight, their bodies are magnetically pulled toward each other, trying to merge. They fight to stay apart, but their arms start to stick together. Before their entire bodies fuse, they take some muscle relaxant pills, knocking themselves out and temporarily stopping the process.
We are out of time! We have to. If we don't split now, it'll be much harder later.
When they wake up, they have to endure the pain of sawing through the skin of their fused arms to separate from each other. At Millie's request, they decide to go to the hospital, but realize they left their car keys at Jamie's house. Millie goes alone to retrieve them, leaving Tim at home. When she gets to Jamie's place, she doesn't see him, but notices a little bell like the ones on the cave trail near the entrance. She goes inside to look for the keys. On the TV screen, she sees a video of a group of people at a church holding a wedding ceremony for a same-sex couple. The group believes in a ritual to merge two people into one being with one head, 2 faces, 4 arms, and 4 legs. They make the couple drink from a puddle and injure their arms to try to fuse their 2 bodies into one. Millie is horrified to see that the couple willingly goes along with it. When the video ends, Jamie shows up and proudly says that he's the person who successfully merged into one in the video. He says he wants to help Tim and Millie become like him. He tells her this is a rare opportunity for a lucky few, that they will be able to share joy, fears, and memories with no barriers, and face life's obstacles together. Millie is completely against it, so Jamie, like in the video, injures her arm to begin the ritual. Millie gets scared and runs away from Jamie's house. Meanwhile, Tim, instead of waiting at home, ventures back into the cave with a strange puddle to see if there's a way to stop the merging.
Help me!
He finds the missing couple there, but they look like a grotesque, merged being. It seems they fought to stay separate, as the man has a dagger in his neck, suggesting they tried to kill each other before fully merging. Terrified, Tim leaves the cave and heads home. When he gets there, he sees Millie yelling at him from a distance to stay away. Their bodies are still trying to merge, so they're fighting hard to stay apart. Tim tells her they can't stop it forever, and that they should just give up and merge. But Millie refuses. Tim, seeing no other option to stop the merging, pulls out the dagger and tries to end his life by slicing his neck. Millie screams for him to stop, but she faints from blood loss from the wound on her arm.
Shit, baby, stay with me, please.
Tim makes a firm decision to save Millie. He presses his arm against hers to stop the bleeding, and their skin fuses together. When Millie wakes up, she thinks she's dead, but she's not. She sees Tim next to her and realizes their arms have fused where he was holding her to stop the bleeding.
Do you want to let me go?
She doesn't want him to die, so she finally gives up fighting. She decides to accept the merging, just as Jamie suggested. They play Millie's favorite album, Slow Dance, together, and promise to never leave each other. They vow to face all obstacles together, and share a sweet kiss as their 2 bodies begin to merge into one. Shortly after they successfully merge, a photo they had previously taken is posted online, a final farewell. That weekend, Millie's parents come to visit their daughter and son-in-law's new home. They see a small bell on the front door, like the ones on the cave trail. A person who is neither their daughter nor their son-in-law, a stranger who is both male and female, opens the door and greets them.